Now is your time. Now's the time where the talking is done. Now is the moment where you got to make a decision. And the decision is simply this. Are you ready to take the next step? Listen, no more stressing. That's it. I'm not about to let you stress anymore. The stress about graduating is over. The stress about that paper you got to write. The stress about the new coming year. The stress about going to school. The stress about those grades. I'm not about to let you stress. No, that stress is over. Now is the time for you to stand up.
You can travel the world and study students and their behaviors and their mindsets. There is a science behind achievement.
Now it's time for you to get fueled up. Yeah, I want you to get mad. I want you to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want you to get sick and tired of being average.
When you want to let go, when you want to surrender, when you want to stop, when you're ready to quit, when you have failed and failed again. Let me remind you what got you here. Remember how you felt when you started. You were hungry. Hunger got you here. A strong desire got you here. You were desperate to break curses in your family. You were desperate to break the cycle of poverty and depression. You were desperate. Hunger got you here. Remember this. Every dream requires discipline. Every dream requires discipline.
I want you to get sick and tired of failing over and over again. I want you to get mad. Yeah, I want you to get so mad that you start studying like you've never studied before. I want you to get so mad that you go ahead and buy some books. I want you to get so mad that you grab a tutor. I want you to get so mad like you've never done your homework before. I need you to get fired up. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because now is your time.
Life is a test, and in life there are ups and there are downs. And so accept the responsibility. See yourself as primarily responsible for your outcomes and your experiences. You are going to need discipline. Motivation will help you get started, but discipline is going to keep you on the road to your destiny. You got to be self-motivated. You got to find purpose in what you do by discovering personally meaningful goals and dreams. If you're going to be a successful student, if you're going to come out on top, you've got to start managing your time.
The rigors of academic life can be brutal. Long days of classes, long nights of studying, and low cash flow requires you to be frugal. Projects, case studies, pop quizzes, and final exams will test your morals and your scruples. But you keep pushing and pushing, because you know one day all of that hard work and studying will pay off and be fruitful.
They didn't know that you had that hustle in you. They didn't know that the beast that you were becoming, they wasn't doing anything but add more fuel to the fire. They didn't understand what it felt like to struggle. They didn't understand that the competition was you. All the haters that went against you, all the people that doubted you, they didn't know who you was becoming.
You've seen many others succumb to academic demise and wind up with the wrong letter on their transcript. The dreaded W, which painfully stands for withdrawal. But that's where you draw the line, because you made a vow to choose incline over decline. Fast forward over rewind, redesign over recline, and hard grind over pouting wine. You made the choice to dig deep within, and thus the only W you will ever get will be the W that stands for win. Because winners like you pick themselves up when they stumble and slip. Winners like you understand that it's impossible to never trip. Winners like you are strong enough to say no when their friends want them to take a sip. Winners like you trust the process, so steps they never ever try and skip. And that chip on your shoulder, it remains to remind you of all the doubters, naysayers, and haters that said you would never walk across that stage and receive that paper. But more fuel for your fire just makes success so much greater. Because you're overcoming the sour taste of now to get to the sweet taste of later. You adjust to all the different personalities of your teachers and professors and enjoy those that are super cool, but stay mentally prepared for those that are stressors. Blessings seem to find you because the universe conspires to make sure everything falls into place because you've got so much heart, passion, and desire. Your fire keeps burning.
Turn your haters into your motivators. And never let anybody else's opinion be bigger than your own. Understand the struggles that you go through are helping you to get to your destiny. The adversity and hills that you have to run, the mountains that you have to climb, it's taking you to greatness. So I'm telling you, don't run from the adversity. Don't run from the problem. Because if you don't face it, you can become it. It's gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make you better.
You want to leave a legacy and contribute to the greater good. So for now, it's the uncomfortable, discipline, and sacrifice. Because to cash out in the future means today you gotta pay the price. So that means when your friends ask, can you go? Your heart wants to say yes, but your willpower says no. Because Mr. Jones Thermochemistry 3202 ain't no joke. And so you gotta be locked in and stay woke. Because he's all about business and doesn't give any rope. So if you miss any assignments or fail any tests, you have very little hope of passing his class. But you will pass his class, and you will pass it with flying colors. Because you, my friend, are an academic hustler. And thus you put in the time, the effort, and ask all the right questions to make sure all of your bases are covered. The vultures will hate. You tried to give them vision, but they never put on the right frames. And thus their sight was blurry, and their gray reflected it. And now they want to throw shade at you, but your shield deflected it. You tell them winning in progress over here, so please eliminate the negative vibe. It's time to remove them from your circle. So when that person comes up to you and says, do you know what time it is? You look them dead in the eye and say, it's winning time. Because that's where your mind is at. See, losers focus on winners. But winners focus on winning. Winners wake up every day with this mindset that no matter how successful they are, no matter how great they are, they always act like they're losing. They always act like they're the underdog. That way they keep the edge. What's your mindset? Are you thinking that you're gonna win no matter what? Now, I'm not saying that winning is everything. What I am saying is, wanting to win is. If you think like a loser, losing will find you. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or whether you think you cannot, you're probably right. If you can find a way to positive in the middle of a negative situation, then you, my friend, ultimately win. Don't think for 1 second that you were put on this earth to lose. You were born to win.
Because there's a success formula: head, heart, hands. You could think about things in your mind, set goals in your head, and affirmations, KPIs, your objectives. But if you're not acting with your hands and you're procrastinating, raise your hand if you ever procrastinated before. Right? All of us. If there's a gap between your head and your hands, check in with the second H, which is your heart. Right? The emotion. We do things emotionally. We are emotional creatures. We're not logical, we're biological. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, we're this chemical soup, and so we want to be able to activate that. So head, heart, hands, another way of putting it are our eyes. Information, that's good, right? But sometimes you can listen to a podcast, it's a lot of information, but there's no inspiration to use it. Fair? But sometimes you can listen to a speaker or learn something and it's inspiring, but you don't know what to do. So you have information, you have inspiration, and then you have implementation, where you're doing it. And I feel like when you get all three I's together, you have the most powerful I, which is integration. That's my goal for all of you, is that when you read something, you listen to something, you learn something, it becomes part of who you are. It's integrated. Here, here, and here. And then you have an alignment, and how it performs is, it looks like magic to people. When somebody is aligned and they're in their element, it looks like it's effortless. These flow states, it's powerful. It's 3 parts to it that I focus on. How many of you have ever been in a zone where, and that's how it is when I'm reading. It's just, there's a piece to it. It's like somebody who's fit and has strategies. If they have to climb a mountain, it looks like it's effortless because they've just done the work and they have strategy and they have tools to be able to do so. And somebody who maybe doesn't have those resources, it's more effort. Is that fair? So actually learning how to do these things, it's easier. Like when I read a book, I still read a book a day. It's just part of my practice. It's part of my mental hygiene. And I feel like it's the number one exercise, because reading is to your mind like exercise is to your body. And some of you are already doing this, so I'm preaching to you, so I'm going to show you how to do it better. But those of you who aren't on the other spectrum reading at all, the average person reads like 2 books a year. Now, if you're reading like more than that, that means somebody's reading a lot less, right? On the other side. But it's the best exercise for your brain. People ask me all the time, how do I keep my brain young and how do I keep it energetic? And as I grow older, reading. But the problem is a lot of people don't indulge in it because they're not good at it. And I wouldn't be playing a lot of golf if I was horrible at it all the time. But in psychology, they have something called the confidence-competence loop. That the more competent you get at something, the more confident you get at it. And then the confidence will make you do it more, and you get more confidence, and then it cycles through in positive momentum, right? And you have examples of that in your own life. So what I'm asking about here, the second part, is the inspiration, is why must I use this? Who's counting on me to win today? You know what I mean? First, because some of you, and I bring this up because some of you really will do more for other people than you will for yourself. So knowing that about yourself, self-awareness is a superpower, then tap into that. You don't have to change it, tap into it. Who's counting on me to be at my best? And then you're more likely to do it. And the reason I know this is because when I was driven so much, it was really my family who I wanted to make proud. Like, we all have our reasons, right? And one of my favorite books is Start With Why. It's a must-read book by Simon Sinek. And you want to start with your why because reasons reap results. Reasons reap results.
And I want you to use that same analogy in your head. When you sit down at the desk, when you get to school, when you get on the bus, you get on the train, you start walking, you get to the library. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. When you get to the next lesson, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. When you're looking for the inspiration, you're looking for the feeling, and feelings are temporary. Feelings come and go. You can't control how you feel. You know that already. But what you can control is your level of discipline. The level of discipline that you have to get started. And that's what you can do to help you get there. It's not fun to wake up early and read and read and read, and it might be boring to sit alone in your room or alone in the library studying. It might not be fun, it might not be easy, but it is profitable. It does give you results. Think about all of the great people that we admire in our society and the things that they must have had to go through in order to make it look effortless. Motivation is not just going to find you by chance, it's going to find you warming up in the gym. It's going to find you with that pen in your hand 10 minutes into that study session in the library on a Sunday when there's no one else around. None of your friends joined you. Motivation might even find you like me when you get rejected by every single university you apply for. Sweating, working hard, straining yourself, pushing yourself to get things done. And there's only one person in this world who can make it happen. And that person, my friend, that person is you. That person is the one that looks right back at you in the mirror, and you need to stop looking for guarantees from your teachers or from the curriculum. And don't get me wrong, you know, there's plenty of holes in education. There's plenty of things that I don't agree with, but you have to learn to play the game. And these are the words that I wish I had heard when I was younger. Push yourself, get it done, make it happen. Stop looking for external motivation and start building that fire inside of you. Start adding more logs, more petrol to those flames every single day. And when you're waiting where it's safe, not only are you wasting time, but you are murdering. Yes, I use that word intentionally. You're murdering that success that you crave. Because potential doesn't activate itself on the sidelines. It activates itself when you're taking action, when you're in the arena. When you see the people who had less potential than you achieve more because they did what? They got it done. They made it happen. So the only thing that I want you to take away from this video is what? You're either growing, you're either on the attack, or you're on the defense, and that means you're decaying. There is no room for an in-between. So push yourself, stop waiting, and commit today. The only thing that you need to do is to take action, and motivation is what's created as a byproduct. And we have so many things, the entire culture that revolves around creating the feeling instead of doing the action. And that's the single thing that you need to know, is if you're looking for the motivation to study, if you're looking for the motivation to work hard, if you're looking for the motivation to get started, you're looking in the wrong place. The only place that you need to look is at the book, is at the pen. The only thing that you need to do is to get started. Sit down at your desk, turn your phone off, close all of the extra tabs in your window that you don't need, and get going.
Your ultimate goal should be to make each and every day of your life a Wednesday. And I'm not talking about the day of the week Wednesday. I'm talking about W-I-N-S Wednesday. See, winners are willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else does. When two winners collide, I love those epic battles because you hate to see somebody lose. And in that instance, no one really loses. One team got the victory, the other team learned. See, winners are not people who never fail. Winners are people who never quit. Winners are people who never give in. Their mindset is, I'm in it to win it. And they always feel like it's winning time. If right now you feel like you're a loser, I need you to do me a favor. Find yourself a mirror and repeat after me. I came to win. I came to fight. I came to conquer. I came to thrive. I came to win. I came to survive. I came to prosper. I came to rise. I came to fly. I believe in me. Right now I subscribe to the thought process that it's winning time. Victory lives in me. And although I may not win every battle, you gotta say to yourself, I will rise every time I fall. I will win. And it may not be immediately, but I definitely will win. Because champions don't show up to give everything they want. They show up to give everything they have. For far too long, you've allowed the volume of your past misfortunes, your past setbacks, and your past failures to play way too loudly in your speaker of life. I need you to turn down your past failures and make room to turn up your future successes. So your problem is you keep waking up each and every day from a great night's sleep. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whenever you want to wake up. My problem is you're not even tossing and turning in your sleep. Just 1,000% comfortable. But then you wake up every day complaining about you not being where you want to be at in your life. At least if you're going to sleep, do some tossing and turning. So I know something is uncomfortable. Because all the growth happens in the uncomfort zone. When you're comfortable, you can't grow. You refuse to raise your standards. You refuse to push yourself. You refuse to give a little bit more, give a little bit extra. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit of extra.
Maybe there was a particular class that you felt like you couldn't make it past. Yeah, maybe the beginning of your story comes hardship. Maybe the beginning of your story was rough, but I got good news for you. There's another chapter, and the next chapter is going to be your best chapter. I said the next chapter is going to be your best chapter, because the next chapter, you're getting ready to write something new. The next chapter, it will say happily ever after. Your next chapter is going to be better than your last chapter, because it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Are you waiting for somebody to tell you to go? All right, here I go. Go! What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a bell to ring? Okay, hit it. Ding, 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 ding. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm ready. I dare you to write that. Put it somewhere in some comment. Put it somewhere. Say, I'm ready. I'm ready to build a legacy. I'm ready to make my mark. I'm ready to do this for my family. I'm ready to do this for my mother. I'm ready to win for my father. I'm ready to make my last name bigger than my first name. I'm ready to make history. I'm ready to do something nobody's ever done before. I'm ready to speak to every mountain in my way and tell that mountain to get out my way. I'm ready to make a difference. I'm ready to do something in my community. I'm ready to be the leader in my neighborhood. I'm ready to study. I'm ready to finish these papers. I'm ready to get this diploma. I'm ready to be educated. I'm ready. I dare you right now just to say I'm ready. It's my moment. It's my time. I'm not just hyped up. I'm informed and transformed and ready to do something that nobody ever thought I could do. How you gonna finish? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
It's going to get hard sometimes. I'm telling you right now. It's not going to be easy, but it's worth it. Maybe you're listening to me right now. You want to lose weight, or you're trying to pass the final exam, or maybe there's just this feat that seems as though it is impossible. Turn your pain into progress. Turn your pain into progress. I need you to be uncomfortable with average. I need you to be allergic to average. I need you to come to the end of yourself. So many people are depending on you. A student is hardworking. A student is mentally tough. Have the ability to adapt. Have a character. Consistency. Demonstrate courage on the daily. Stay motivated. Stay positive. Earn your respect. Have a winning attitude. Breathe. Compete. Make no excuses. Set goals. Practice great habits. Stay focused. You want your future? You gotta outwork everybody on that field. You gotta outwork everybody in the room. You gotta learn how to perform under pressure. You gotta leave it all out on the field. Everybody wants the future, but everybody wants to be average.